Every BMW forum has the same argument on repeat. Somebody posts, which engine should I buy, and 40 people fight about it for 3 days. So here's how I'm settling it. I'm ranking every major BMW engine on 5 things: major failure points, mechanical complexity, repair cost, long-term durability, and how forgiving the engine is when maintenance isn't perfect. Not horsepower, not sound, not what wins an argument on a forum. If you're cross-shopping a used BMW right now, this list is the difference between a car that pays you back and a car that becomes a second job. Let's start at the bottom. Number 17. N47 Diesel, the timing chain you can never reach. The N47 Diesel is the engine that made BMW technicians dread the phrase, just a timing chain job. On a normal engine, that's an afternoon. On the N47, the chain sits at the back of the engine against the bell housing, which means the transmission has to come out just to look at it. What should be a routine service turns into a multi-thousand-dollar teardown, and plenty of owners don't address the chain until symptoms already show up. By then you're looking at a full rebuild instead of a preventative job. If you're looking at one of these, ask for timing chain service records before anything else. No records means budget for the job yourself. Number 16. Early N63 V8, turbos in the valley, heat with nowhere to go. At number 16, we're getting into the engine that taught BMW an expensive lesson about heat. BMW's first hot V8 crammed both turbochargers into the space between the cylinder banks instead of out on the sides. It sounds clever on paper, shorter exhaust paths, quicker spool, but it also means the hottest components on the engine are buried under the intake with almost nowhere for that heat to go. Valve stem seals cook and shrink early. Oil consumption climbs to a quart every 1,000 miles or worse, and BMW quietly rolled out a customer care package to cover injectors, timing chains, and vacuum pumps because the failure rate was that widespread. Pulling the engine to fix valve stem seals routinely runs into 5 figures. If you're set on an early N63, budget like you're buying a second car. Number 15. N20/N26, plastic guides, total engine failure. BMW tried to replace the beloved N52 six-cylinder with a smaller, more efficient Turbo 4, and for the first few model years it backfired badly. Timing chain guides made of plastic would crack and wear, letting the chain go slack and jump timing. And in the worst cases, that's enough to cause catastrophic internal damage. This wasn't a rare fluke. It was common enough that entire generations of 3 Series and X1 buyers got burned. BMW revised the guide material in 2015, and post-revision engines are noticeably better, but if you're shopping a pre-2015 N20, get the chain and guides inspected before you sign anything. Number 14. N62 V8, reliable sounding, expensive in practice. The N62 doesn't get talked about as much as its turbocharged successors, but owners who've lived with one at high mileage know the pattern. Valve stem seals wear out and start burning oil around the same mileage as the N63. The plastic coolant transfer pipe buried under the intake manifold cracks and leaks, and the alternator sits in a spot that takes hours of labor to access for what should be a simple part swap. None of these failures are catastrophic on their own, but they stack up, and a naturally aspirated V8 with 8 coil packs and buried cooling components is never going to be a cheap car to keep healthy. Number 13. N73 V12, smooth, complex, and unforgiving. If you want to understand why flagship 7 Series and Rolls-Royce ownership costs what it costs, look at the N73. It's smooth in a way 4 and 6-cylinder engines simply can't match, but that smoothness comes from doubling almost every system a normal engine has: 2 banks, 2 sets of injectors, 2 cooling circuits, and a valvetronic system layered on top of already dense electronics. Add in a maze of vacuum lines and a fuel system built for a car this size, and you get an engine where parts and labor alone can wreck a maintenance budget before anything has actually gone wrong. This is a car for someone who wants to write a maintenance check every few months, not someone hoping to set it and forget it. Number 12. S85 V10, the most beautiful engine with the shortest leash. The S85 out of the E60 M5 revs to 8,250 RPM and sounds like nothing else BMW has ever built, but that high-strung character comes at a cost. The rod bearings wear faster than almost anything else on this list because of tight clearances and high oil temperatures, and BMW actually shortened the factory service interval on these after early failures. The throttle actuators use plastic gears that strip with age and drop the car into limp mode with zero warning. Owners who keep these engines healthy are the ones doing rod bearing inspections around 60,000 miles and setting aside real money every year. This is not a car for someone chasing a bargain. Number 11. N54, the legend that needs a support team. Number 10 and 11 are where this list gets interesting, because both of these engines are BMW greats, and both come with an asterisk. Starting here, the N54 is BMW's first mass-produced twin-turbo 6, and the core engine block is genuinely strong, forged internals that handle serious power. The problem is everything bolted to it. High-pressure fuel pumps fail often enough that most long-term owners keep a spare on hand. Wastegate wear and rattle are common as mileage climbs, and turbo replacement can become an expensive repair when that wear progresses. Carbon buildup from direct injection means walnut blasting is eventually part of ownership, typically somewhere in the 40,000 to 60,000 mile range. The N54 can be reliable, but only if you accept it needs more attention than almost any engine on this list. Number 10. S65 V8. High revving, high maintenance. The S65 in the E9 XM3 is the only naturally aspirated V8 BMW ever put in an M3, and it earns its reputation. 414 horsepower, 8,400 RPM redline, one of the best-sounding engines the brand has made. Like its V10 cousin, it shares the rod-bearing weakness that comes with high-revving, tightly clearanced BMW engines, and the same plastic throttle actuator gears that strip with age. Rod bearings should be checked around 60,000 to 80,000 miles rather than waiting for a warning. Owners who stay ahead of that inspection schedule are the ones still enjoying these engines well past 100,000 miles. Number 9. S54, the purist's engine, if you respect it. The S54 in the E46 M3 is one of the most beloved engines BMW has ever built, and it deserves that reputation with the right care. Rod bearings are again the main watch item. Vanos hubs and solenoids need attention every 60,000 to 80,000 miles, and valve adjustments are due every 30,000 miles because this isn't a set-it-and-forget-it hydraulic valve train. A handful of forum voices will tell you the earlier M56 is nearly as tough and far cheaper to maintain, and honestly, they're not wrong. But the S54 rewards attention with 200,000 plus miles and a driving character that's hard to replace. Number 8. M62/S62, the old-school V8 approach. Before BMW chased efficiency with turbos and direct injection, the M62 offered a simpler formula. Naturally aspirated, port-injected, mechanically straightforward. The early non-Vanos versions are among the most dependable V8s BMW ever built. A stretched timing chain guide past 150,000 miles and a leaking valley pan gasket are about as bad as it gets, and both are manageable weekend repairs. The high-performance S62 in the E39 M5 asks for more attention. Similar to the S54's philosophy of respect the red line, respect the schedule, but the base M62 is proof that BMW knew how to build a dependable V8 when it wanted to. Number 7. N55. BMW finally simplifies the turbo. The N55 replaced the N54's twin-turbo complexity with a single twin-scroll turbocharger, and reliability improved noticeably as a result. You still get typical BMW headaches, oil filter housing gasket leaks, and valve cover gasket seepage, and carbon can build up on the intake valves over time, with walnut blasting eventually becoming necessary, depending on mileage and symptoms. But the constant turbo drama of the N54 mostly disappears. This is the engine where BMW proved it had learned something from the N54 era, and most N55s will clear 150,000 miles without a major failure if you stay on top of routine service. Number 6. B48, modern, efficient, and actually fixed. The B48 four-cylinder is what the N20 should have been from the start. BMW switched to metal timing chain guides with a stronger tensioner design, moved to a closed deck block that tolerates boost far better, and the timing chain problems that plagued the N20 are largely a thing of the past. The one weak point worth knowing is the plastic oil filter housing. which can crack and leak oil or coolant between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, a $1,000 to $2,000 repair if you catch it, more if you don't. Keep an eye on that housing, and the B48 is one of the more sensible modern BMWs to own. Number 5. M54, the engine every independent shop trusts. We're 5 engines from the top now, and this is the one nearly every independent BMW shop will name if you ask what they put their own money on. No turbos, no direct injection, no complicated variable valve timing beyond single vanos. Just a well-built, naturally aspirated 6 with predictable failure points. The plastic cooling system components, the expansion tank, and the thermostat housing, none of which are expensive or difficult to replace. Handle those preventatively, and these engines routinely clear 250,000 miles. If you're set on a used BMW and want one of the lowest drama options on this entire list, the M54 is very hard to beat. And a lot of owners will tell you the earlier M50 is cut from the same cloth. If you want the complete 200,000-mile playbook for whichever engine you're driving, what to service, when, and what's worth walking away from, that's what I built the complete BMW Longevity Bible for. Links in the description. Number 4. N52, the best naturally aspirated 6 BMW ever made for the US market. The N52 takes everything good about the M54 and adds genuinely clever engineering. A magnesium-aluminum composite block for reduced weight and valvetronic for efficiency without the complexity of a turbo. The electric water pump is one of its most predictable failure points, usually giving out somewhere around 80,000 miles, and it's a well-known, well-documented repair that most independent shops can knock out in an afternoon for a few $100s. Without a turbocharger in the mix, there's simply less to break, and the bottom end shrugs off high mileage. If you want modern refinement without turbo anxiety, this is the sweet spot. Number 3. B58, the modern engine that actually earned its reputation. If you've been waiting for this one, here it is. The B58 Inline 6 is the engine most of BMW's current lineup is built around, and it's arguably the strongest case that BMW relearned how to build a reliable turbo engine. The closed-deck block is genuinely overbuilt for the power it makes. The single twin-scroll turbo setup avoids the complexity that doomed the N54, and Toyota chose this engine for the Supra after its own independent durability testing. That's about as strong a third-party endorsement as an engine can get. The main weak points are a plastic oil filter housing that can crack and leak between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, and a brittle plastic coolant hose running from the head to the expansion tank that's behind a lot of the mystery coolant leaks on these cars. Both are cheap, known fixes. Handle them, and the B58 has already proven it can clear 200,000 miles without drama. Number 2. M57 Diesel, the iron block that refuses to quit. Ask around in the taxi and high-mileage diesel world, and the M57 comes up again and again as one of the toughest engines BMW has ever produced, an iron block workhorse that specialists routinely see clear 400,000 to 500,000 miles with nothing more than disciplined maintenance. The one item worth handling proactively is the intake swirl flaps, which should be removed and deleted before a broken flap finds its way into a cylinder. Outside of that, this is about as close to bulletproof as a modern BMW engine gets. Number 1. M30, the engine that started BMW's reputation. Nearly 3 decades in production, and the M30 is still the engine specialists point to when they explain why BMW earned its reliability reputation in the first place. Iron block, aluminum head, a timing chain that essentially never fails, and mechanical systems throughout with nothing electronic to second guess. Owners regularly report 300,000 to 400,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and basic cooling system upkeep, and parts are still easy to source decades later. Simplicity is the entire argument for the M30 at number 1. There's just less on this engine that can go wrong in the first place. Now, I already know the comments on this one. Somebody's going to say the B58 should be higher. Somebody's going to say M50 belongs on this list at all. Somebody's going to say M30 isn't even close to number 1. Good. That's the whole point of ranking on durability, complexity, and cost instead of just picking a favorite. So there it is, every major BMW engine, ranked on what actually breaks and what it actually costs, not on horsepower numbers. If there's one takeaway from this whole list, it's that BMW's most trusted engines were always the simplest ones, and the newest engines only earn a place near the top when BMW goes back to that philosophy. If you want the complete roadmap for keeping any of these engines past 200,000 miles, the exact service intervals, the early warning signs, and the repairs worth doing before they turn into emergencies, that's everything I put into the complete BMW Longevity Bible, link below. Which engine on this list have you owned, and did it match what I said? Drop it in the comments, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.